I'm Greg V, Deathbell Warcry, and Good Game Sacrifice. Ooh, got him. So we will take Sethron, of course, Nehab, and Fanatic of Mogus. So we get a bunch of triggers, make a bunch of Minotaurs. Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and right now you can get this sweet scoop soldier sticker when you order over at cardkingdom.com. Just mention in your order notes that you want a scoop soldier sticker when you go to checkout. Hello everyone, it's Sethron, probably better known as the Hurloon General, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So this week, we are heading to Historic to play Minotaur Tribal, and I'm actually really hyped for the stack Minotaurs, thanks to Jumpstart, with Sethron itself, thanks to Deathbell Warcry showing up in a random pre-con deck, thanks to Abacari Bastard. They all of a sudden have some really sweet cards. So Minotaur Tribal with some almost combo-esque shenanigans. So let's talk about this ridiculous deck that is going to be super fun. Plus, we get to play my namesake card, Sethron, which I still think was probably named after me, but I don't know. That's probably not true, but I like to think that it was. Anyway, let's talk about the deck, jump right into the game, starting with Sethron, Hurloon General, which is our best Minotaur. 5 mana 4/4. Whenever it or another non-token Minotaur comes into play, we get to make a 2/3 Minotaur. And then, for 3 mana, we can pump our Minotaurs, give them Menace and Haste. So Sethron is insane. We get on the battlefield, we cast Minotaurs, we make a huge board, we kill our opponent, it can haste things in, and it's our best hit with our main combo piece. So the most spectacular thing our deck can do is resolve Deathbell Warcry, which for 8 mana can grab us 4 Minotaurs. Any 4 Minotaurs with different names, put them right onto the battlefield. So Deathbell Warcry is ridiculous in this deck. It pretty much just wins the game to the point that we have Ironcrag Feet and Mind Stone to ramp into Deathbell Warcry. Plus, Mind Stone can ramp into Sethron, which is helpful. Minotaurs are a little bit on the expensive side. The early drops aren't that great. We even have a Grim Tutor to find Deathbell Warcry, to find Ironcrag Feet if we need it, to find Sethron. So what are we hitting with Deathbell Warcry? So let's say we get up to 8 mana with all of our Ironcrag Feats and so forth. We cast Deathbell Warcry. What 4 Minotaurs are we getting? Number 1, and basically always, is Sethron Hurloon General. Because remember, Sethron triggers whenever a Minotaur comes into play. So this means Sethron in any 3 other Minotaurs is going to give us 4 2/3 Minotaur tokens, which is a huge bonus. And if we somehow have 11 mana, which isn't super likely, we can even activate Sethron to give everything haste and just win immediately. So number 1, Sethron. Number 2 and 3 are our Nehabs. Nehab the Eternal, just really big, and it makes some extra mana for the damage we deal to our opponent. Nehab Dreadhorde Champion, also really big, can draw some cards, can make mana. Fanatic of Mogus, it at least domes our opponent for 7, even if we have nothing else on board when it comes into play, which is pretty powerful, because we're going to have 7 red mana symbols just from our Deathbell Warcry creatures, and the damage from Fanatic of Mogus will then trigger Nehab the Eternal to give us 7 mana, at least, on our post-combat main phase, so then we can cast a bunch more stuff from our hand. We can even maybe Deathbell Warcry a second time, so we can just go nuts with this plan. So when we resolve Deathbell Warcry, the end result is, from our real creatures, we're getting a 4/4, a 4/6, a 5/4, and a 4/2. That is 17 power of Minotaurs. And then we're also getting 4 2/3 tokens, so that's 8 more power. So Deathbell Warcry is giving us 25 power across 8 bodies and direct damage and some mana. It is absolutely insane. However, we don't always win with Deathbell Warcry. We also have the fair Minotaur plan. We are Minotaur Tribal after all. So Rageblood Shaman, 3 mana Minotaur Lord with the upside of giving everything trample. Nehab the Worthy, a little bit weird. If we can get down to 1 or less cards in hand, it gives all of our Minotaurs +2/+0. Plus, it can make both players discard when it deals combat damage, which can be good or can be bad. We do have a few shenanigans for that. And then Blood Rage Brawler, honestly, is kind of filler. A 4/3 for 2 sounds good, but having to discard a card is really painful when it comes into play, because if it gets killed, then we 2 for 1 ourselves. But one thing I learned building this deck is Minotaur early drops are pretty bad. 1 drop's non-existent, 2 drops, Blood Rage Brawler is head and shoulders above everything else. So Blood Rage Brawler, just for curve considerations. We also have Cut to Ribbons, which this is one of our shenanigans for having to discard cards to Blood Rage Brawler or to our Nehab. We can't just use it like a removal spell, but we can also discard it, and then using all of our Kneeheb mana, or even Ironcrag Feet mana, we can just drain our opponent out of the game with the Ribbons half. The other shenanigan is Castle Lockwayne. So if we get empty-handed, we can just use Castle Lockwayne to refuel, which kind of minimizes the drawback of having to discard our old cards. A bunch of dual lands in the sideboard, Thoughtseize for control matchups, Abrade and Bedevil, Double Duty in our deck. They're good removal spells, and they get Grafdigger's Cage, which is a way that our opponent could shut down Deathbellow Warcry. Anger of the Gods is a sweeper for aggro, Leyline of the Void for graveyard decks, and that is Minotaurs for Historic, and I am unreasonably excited about this deck. So let's jump right into the game, see it in action. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the insanity, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap-up. All right, against the odds time, we are Minotauring in Historic this week, playing my namesake. I still think this was named after me. I'm gonna at least claim that it was. We'll keep this. Not the fastest hand. I guess we could Ironcrag out a Sethron if we need to, but this does leave us live to draw a couple lands and Deathbellow Warcry to do really crazy things. Otherwise, hand's okay. Canyon Slough, go. Opponent. Temple of Abandon. Alright, some sort of Gruul mid-range deck maybe. Well, alright. We got a plan. We need 2 more mana, and then we get to Deathbellow Warcry, and that is pretty good. Well, there's 1 mana. Play the land, pass the turn. Alright, we need 1 more land now. Spellbreaker, sure. And a land. Yep. Well, come on! That's a land. That's what we wanted. Well, we will just cut. I think we actually just cut Paradise Druid. We can take the hit this turn, play the land. Oh boy. Look out next turn. Look out next turn. This is going to be really good. Sethron is pretty sweet with Deathbellow Warcry. Oh, yes. Yes. This is what we want to do with the Minotaurs. Found it. Pellet Collector. You can't see me right now, but I'm doing the thumbs up. Yes. Please. Play your green 2-drops, because we will Ironcrag Feet. We will Deathbellow Warcry. We will get a Sethron, a Kneeheb, a Rage Blood, and a Fanatic of Mogus. They will all come into play. They will all trigger Sethron, hit our opponent for 7, make a board full of 3/4s, and yeah, your go, opponent. Woo! Oh, the power of Sethron. If it was named after me, it'd be the perfect card named after me, because it's really janky, but then it can be super good if you're willing to embrace the jank. And opponent, realizing the power of the Sethron. Well, we will bring in Anger of the Gods and maybe Bedevils. Question is, what do we cut? Like, the most spectacular thing we can do is what we just did. Like, Deathbellow Warcry, Sethron, Minotaurs is just absolutely insane. We can go down, well, cut is actually good. We can go down the Grim Tutor. We can trim a Mind Stone. I guess we can trim a 5-mana Kneeheb. Do we want to trim, maybe we go 2 Anger of the Gods. Anger of the Gods can be a little bit weaker with us being on the draw. Our opponent can grow their stuff outside of the range, like Pellet Collectors and whatnot. I think it's better, I mean, it's fine either way, but it's better if we're on the play. More likely to actually be a Wrath against this deck. Well, that's a lot of Minotaurs, but not a lot of lands. Well, this will keep. This hand is decidedly medium, but we are on the draw. Mountain for our opponent passes. Well, tap land, go. Land for our opponent, and Zertar Goblin. Play the land, Blood Rage Brawler. I think we just discard Warcry for now. Force our opponent. Gruul Spellbreaker. Getting hasty, going attacking. No blocks. Down to 14. Play a land. Oh, and we actually drew the Ironcrag Feet to go with the Deathbellow Warcry. I guess we're still 2 land short, but opponent tap land. To the bottom. Pellet Collector. Well, let's just, you know what, let's cut Spellbreaker, go to combat, attack our opponent. I think we're just going Brawler beats. We're going to discard the Ironcrag Feet and just run out another Brawler. Castle Lockwayne would be a sweet draw. Opponent goes to 15, play a land, Blood Rage Brawler. Discard Ironcrag Feet, go. Alright, opponent, what you got? Ooh, Glorybringer's a very good one. Yeah, that is a issue. We don't have an answer for that at the moment. Opponent attacks with everything. Yeah, I assume they exert and kill the Lord? Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. Yeah, I forgot about Glorybringer. Ugh. Nehab. I'll play Nehab. Hit ya. Oh, opponent, what you got? Oh, yes. Okay, that does it. Yeah, Glorybringer is one of the best new additions from the set. From Amonkhet Remastered. All right, run it back. Yeah, that was weird. Blood Rage Brawler, ugh. It's got upsides and downsides. Like, the Minotaur 2-drop slot is pitifully bad. So we basically have to play Blood Rage Brawler. There are games when it's great, and we don't really mind discarding some cards. There's other games like that where if we had kept all of our cards, things probably would have went a little better. Ugh, another one-lander. All right. Well, okay, we will put a cut to the bottom. I mean, we got a plan, which is hit our mana, Ironcrag Feet, Deathbellow, Warcry, win. Opponent plays a land. We can kill our opponent's first threat. We need 2 more lands to be able to actually do it. Mindstone would also be fine. Opponent to the top. Well, there's one. Play a mountain past turn. Mountain for our opponent, and Paradise Druid. Getting the ramp on. Blood Crypt tapped. Alright. Well, this isn't looking bad. Opponent, untap land. Questing Beast. So we do take 4. We get to cut Questing Beast, Castle Lockwing, and go. Ooh, is it going to be fast enough? Our board's going to get insane. What does our opponent have this turn, though? Glorybringer is still scary because it flies over our defense. Well, we're going to have a ton of defense starting next turn. Oh, please no Grafdigger's Cage. Oh, I forgot about that. Grafdigger's Cage would be insanely bad for us. Okay, Paradise Druid. We can accept that. Ooze we can also accept. Well, Mountain, Ironcrag Feet, Deathbellow, Warcry. Here comes the dorks. We will go. Sethron. Sethron number 1. Nehab. I think we just go Nehab, Rageblood Shaman. Make some tokens. And this makes it so our opponent, if they do Glorybringer, the only thing they can really kill that's relevant is Rageblood. And opponent can't beat it. Can't beat it. Minotaur power. Whoo! Sethron showing what it can do. I mean, obviously Deathbellow Warcry is a big part of it, but whoo! All right. Not bad for the Minotaurs. Sweet. Next week. All right. Against the odds time. This week, we are continuing our long and storied history with Minotaur Tribe. I don't know how many of you remember our first experience with Minotaurs, which was, oh, what were we playing? I can't remember if it was against odds or budget magic, but we were in Modern, and we played against a very budget Minotaur deck, and it absolutely, completely crushed us. And then we played a version of that deck and got absolutely, completely crushed. That's how it started. Mindstone's fine. That's actually pretty good. That gets us to our Minotaurs a bit earlier. We have the Ironcrag Feet. We do need the Warcry to actually win the game. Okay, opponent's playing a Sacrifice deck. Oh, that's Deathbellow Warcry. I like that. That improves our odds. We will play a land. We will play... Yeah, just play Nehab. If our opponent wants to sack Paradise Druid and Scavenging Ooze to kill it, that's fine. And then next turn, we do things. And by things, I mean we go off. Opponent, floating mana. Wow, they're really going to sack it, aren't they? I mean, we're pretty fine with it. Like, if they go down Ooze and Paradise to kill Nehab, especially since we just get another one with this Warcry. Only thing we're actually worried about is discard. Well, they are going to do it, I'm sure. Draws a card. No Thought Seizes. No Thought Seizes. Wow, Bolas's Citadel. Interesting. Paradise Druid. Land. I think this is fine, though. Land of War. Well, Blood Crypt. Untapped. Ironcrag Feet. Deathbellow Warcry. We will take. Definitely Fanatic of Mogus. Definitely Sethron. And then... We might just go Nehab. Yeah, let's just go all Nehabs. Nehab. Get some triggers. Hit you down to 11. make some mana. Something is definitely weird about this. Why can we not cast things with this mana? That's very strange. Is Nihab bugged? I feel like it's not letting us cast things with the mana, even though it should be. Put it down to 8. Whoa, Strider. I mean, if they have like a Blood Artist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If they have like a Blood Artist, they might be able to get us to the bottom. Gilded Goose. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Mayhem Devil off the top of that game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they just get to sack it all to Bolas's Citadel. Whoa! Okay. Well, we did our thing. Our opponent did their thing, and their thing ended up being good enough there. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I do wonder if Nihab is bugged, because we had mana there, but it wouldn't let us, it let us cycle with the mana. There's no restrictions on this mana, right? There is no, Yeah, that is strange. That is very strange. Well, we'll bring in a Braids. We'll go down Cut to Ribbons. We'll bring in Bedevil. And I guess just run it like that. Huh. Well, that's interesting. We made the huge board, but our opponent's Bolas's Citadel was able to keep up with it. Huh. All right. Yeah, I wonder, is Nihab bugged? It is a brand new card, so it's definitely possible. I would like to have more confirmation, because maybe it's something else weird that I'm not understanding. We get to play first. Well, okay. Mind Stones into Sethron, I guess, is the plan. Force our opponent, no more elves. Mind Stone, go. Voted. Thinking. Phyrexian Tower. Okay. We don't actually have a way to kill Bolas's Citadel at the moment. Opponent passes. Well, play Mind Stone. Canyon Slough. Go. Opponent has collected. Wow. Gonna cash in the Mana Dork for Collected Company. Okay. Scavenging Ooze and Paradise Druid. So they got their mana back. Untaps. Swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thoughtseize. Aww. That Sethron was a big part of our plans. That was our plan, in all honesty. Takes the Sethron. Aww. We needed that. Llanowar Elves. Yeah, I guess we probably should have brought in Anger of the Gods. That might have been a pretty big oversight here. And Blood Artist. Yeah, definitely should have brought in Anger of the Gods. Opponent hits us. We untap. We draw Iron Crag Feet. Well, play Nihab. Play Brawler. Discard Iron Crag Feet. Pass the turn. We brought in a bunch of removal that was good at killing Bolas's Citadel. But we didn't bring in the Anger, which I think we definitely should have. Opponent. Passing. Well, there's Sethron. Mega Minotaur. Attack you. Opponent takes it. Down to 12. I mean, opponent needs to deal with Sethron, or it should be lethal next turn. I think it's like way lethal next turn. So opponent needs something pretty good. Eats and eats. Like Sethron, we can play Blood Rage Brawler and activate Sethron for haste and menace, and we get a Minotaur. Well, let's see what they got. Gains back a bit of life. Let's see it, opponent. Can you kill the Sethron? Leave us alone. Leave me alone. Opponent. Tavlad. 2 cards in hand. Passes. Well, we will play Blood Rage Brawler. Trigger. Activate Sethron. Swing with everything. And that is what Sethron can do. Menace and haste and a ton of Hurloon Minotaurs. Yeah. Opponent, get a double block of Blood Rage Brawler. True. Yeah, double block. I mean, aren't you still dead? Oh, I guess they're gonna get Blood Artist triggers with first strike. Opponent eats, gains some life. Wait, no. Dead, right? Oh yeah, super dead. They get the Blood Artist triggers, but all of our stuff has first strike. So our opponent, yeah, because all of our stuff has first strike, it works. Well, now we will undo our mistake and bring in these Anger of the Gods. And we might actually, like, as crazy as it sounds, trim 1 Deathbellow Warcry, 1 Iron Crag Feet, 1 Mind Stone. Run it like that. So we're a little less likely to combo, but as we saw that game, do we need to combo? Or can we just, like, anger the gods and play Sethron and win that way? Because Sethron apparently pretty busted. More busted than I realized, even. All right, we're on the draw. Yeah, okay. I guess this is fine. Yeah, we'll keep this on the draw. The braids are good. That gives us removal. All right, opponent. Let's see it. Forest and passes. Well, mountain, go. We wouldn't mind a black source for this Kneehead. Kneehead Rage Blood Rage is actually a decent, just a decent little aggro start. Paradise Druid for our opponent. Well, play the land, pass the turn. Don't really want to discard the Blood Rage Brawler yet. Untap land for our opponent passes. Oh, Mountain Rage Blood Shaman. Looks like our opponent has Coco. Yeah, Collected Company. Mayhem Devil and Llanowar Elves. That is scary. Wow, do they have the Citadel too? Yeah, Coco's a big deal for the historic format. Opponent attacks, no blocks. Down to 17. Another Mayhem Devil. Adds a mana. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Land untapped? Okay. Play Dragon Skull Summit. Abrade a Mayhem Devil. Opponent sacks it to do a little pinging. Abrade a... Yeah, I think we gotta go Priest. Abrade a Priest. No attacks. Hope our opponent's last card is not something scary. Bolas' Citadel is incredibly frightening at the moment. About it. Gets in, hits us. No blocks. Down to 12. Land and passes. Well, Blood Crypt, untapped, Sethron. Here comes the Minotaurs. Oh, they could have Coco. Alright, let's not attack. Opponent untaps. What do they find? No Cocos, no Citadels. Just a land. Opponent passes. Well, we will play Neheb the Worthy. We will play Blood Rage Brawler. Discard Blood Crypt. Castle Lockwane. Hit you for 5. All right, opponent, this is your turn. This is your turn. You need the top deck of the year, or else the Minotaurs and Sethron are going to get you. What do you find? What do you find? And it's GG's? And the Minotaurs. Sethron power. It's actually really good. And it's actually really working. Yes. Wow, it would be sweet if Minotaurs were actually competitive in Historic. That would be so sweet. All right, well, score one more for Sethron. All right, against the odds time, it is the return of the Minotaurs, this time in Historic. And we'll keep this. I mean, we have a fine curve as it is, especially if we get lands. However, what we'd really like to do would be to Iron Crag Feet into Deathbellow Warcry. Control A. All right. Well, I don't know how Control's going to go. Probably tough in game 1 at least. After sideboarding, we can bring in a bunch of discard, which is probably helpful. I mean, it's definitely helpful. We'll see if it's enough. We do have some pretty big creatures, at least decently big. Opponent trying to figure out what to take. Probably Rage Blood, I guess. Neheb might be the best card at the moment because making our opponent discard seems good, but... And we did find a Castle Lockwane, so... Eventually we'll be able to start drawing after we empty the hands. Opponent's really thinking on the Thunder Erasure. Probably Rage Blood. Wow, goes Neheb. Alright, that's fine. I mean, that makes sense too. It's just that, Neheb is a lot further away from doing things. We still need quite a few lands. I guess maybe they were worried we're going to Iron Crag Feed it out, but that's not very good value. Opponent, got removal? Yeah, alright, Murderous Rider, sure. And land, please. Well, Neheb Part 2. About it. Untap land. Nicobolas Ravager. Alright, so we discard. Play a Rage Blood Shaman. Play a land. Pass the turn. Ooh, I don't know, though. Opponent's got Nikki B. And we don't have an answer at the moment. Thought Erasure. Gonna take, I assume, Rage Blood. Yeah, takes our Lord. That does pump our team. Leaves it on top, which, not ideal. Opponent. We still need one more land even if we do draw. Ooh, alright. So opponent gets us completely empty-handed. Yeah. Well, here we come. We will play a land. Tag with both. Wow, opponent. Yeah, that's first strike. That's dead Nikki B. That's you discarding. I guess they're trying to get Kroxa back, which they are close to now. Discards a Thought Erasure. I'll pass the turn. We can start drawing with Castle Lockwayne. Oh, that's a good one for our opponent. All right, we draw into a land. We lose our board. Dragon Skull Summit, go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And Kroxa gets to come back. Opponent goes with Atris. Well, draw a card. All the lands. Cycle the land. We need non-lands. Iron Crag Feet. All right, come on. Come on. Off the top. Off the top. Off the top. No, we don't hit it. All right, so play the land. Castle Lockwayne. More lands. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. We need the Deathbell of Warcry. I don't even know if we need Iron Crag Feet anymore. We can just, like, hardcast it. Opponent. Oh, the Kroxas are coming. There's a Gnar set to shut down our card draw. Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no. Opponent gets another Nicol Bolas. Hits us. Nihab the Eternal. Well, we'll play it, but I think it's too little too late because Nicol Bolas and Kroxa come down. Ugh. Yeah, well, I think Control's a tough matchup, and we drew a lot of lands in a row at a not very opportune time. Opponent. The only reason we're really staying in the game is because if we hit and resolve Deathbell of Warcry, that still steals the win. Murderous Rider, but we're running out of time. This is the turd. This is the turd. We need it. Opponent hits discard. I'll play another Nihab. Play a land past the turd. Uh-oh, opponent. Can they kill us? Oh, we might have one more draw at it. Maybe. Opponent. They have infinite Kroxas. They have Nicol Bolas. Okay, discard. So it looks like they're going to go into Kroxa. Okay. Removal, removal. We're going to drop to 3. We're going to drop to 2 from Castle Lockwayne. Oh, we're going to be just short. Even if we hit it, I think. Opponent's thinking. And thinking. There's the attack. Yeah. Down to 3. Opponent goes to 10. We draw down to 2. More lands. More lands. Cycle. Oh, it doesn't even work, yeah. Alright. Well, that was not the best of anything for our deck. So we get to bring in Thoughtseizes. We can bring in Bedevils. We can go down a Cut to Ribbons, maybe like an Iron Crag Feet, a Deathbell of Warcry, a Grim Tutor, a Mind Stone, and a Rage Blood. Try it like that. It has a lot of lands that game. We drew a huge string in a row. All right, we are on the play. All right, we'll keep it. Canyon Slough, go. Boot it. Tap land. Well, play a land. Mind Stone. Go. Tap land. Well, play a land. Nihab. We would be down with Nihab. Discard our hand, I think, if we get the chance. Looks like our opponent has removal, though. Opponent passes. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. No removal. Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Play a land. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Play Sethron. Fanatic Amogus. Trigger, trigger. All right, opponent, you're in trouble, and Ritualist isn't going to do it for you this time. Everything costs enough that Ritualist doesn't matter, and that is... Whew, that is Minotaur power. That's a good turn 4. All right, opponent, what do you say? What do you say? I mean, I think our opponent's just dead. Sethron is actually very busted if you live long enough to get it on the battlefield. It's actually like a legitimately strong card. Land for our opponent. Looking at our creatures. Realizing the power of the Minotaurs. Ritual said, sure. Like you killed our tokens and then you die. Whew. All right. That went pretty well. That is, outside of getting people with Deathbell Warcry, I think that's the best that we've seen our deck do, honestly. All right, run it back. Run it back. Do that again, perhaps. Yeah, sometimes all it takes is one hit. Sometimes that's enough. All right, on to game 3. We are on the draw against, Grixis Control, mid-range. All right, we're going to keep it. We have the combo. Our opponent does have a lot of discard, though, so I don't know what the odds are of it actually coming together. Maybe they took some of it out. But, I mean, Iron Crake Feet Deathblow Warcry does win the game. Almost always. Well, tap, line, go. Opponent, Drowned Catacombs, passes. Well, we will... Yeah, let's just Mountain and Blood Rage Brawler. Discard Fnatic Mogus. No, don't. Oh, boy. All right, to the bottom. Well, that's a little 2 for 1. That is the downside of Blood Rage Brawler. And opponent does have discard. Takes Sethron, interesting. Leaves it on top. Well, we will play Canyon Slough. Croxa. Well, there goes Bedevil. Blood Crypt tapped. Well, this is the big turn. Oh, no discard, no counters, no discard, no counters, no discard, no counters. Land for our opponent. Well, I mean, we gotta go for it. Oh, we could Thought Seize first. No, we can't. We don't have time. 3 cards. Yeah. Iron Crake Feet. Warcry. No counters? Oh, no counters! No counters. Okay, so we get a Sethron. This should be game. We get Sethron. We get Neheb. We get Neheb. We get Fnatic of Mogus. Hit our opponent for 7. Get 4 Sethron tokens. Nothing cares about Ritualist. Game? Is it just game? About it. Are you gonna, like, Murderous Rider or something? If they can kill something, it's gotta be Sethron. Sethron is just ultra lethal next turn. Wow, I can't believe they didn't have a counter. Okay, opponent takes 7. Here comes the dorks. Oh, opponent scoops it up. Minotaur power. Even against, even against the control deck. Wow. Wow, Sethron is so good. All right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Against the odds time, we are Sethroning and Nehebbing, Minotauring in Historic, and we're actually going to keep this. Mostly because we can Grim Tutor for Iron Crake Feet and Deathbellow Warcry. We'll see what our opponent's doing. If they can't interact with that or kill us super quickly, that's probably enough. Gilded Goose, yeah. Well, Canyon Slough. Opponent. Alright, some sort of Jund deck. Sacrifice, most likely. Thoughtseize. Aww, opponent. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, that makes things a lot worse. Now we need to draw. Huh. Yeah, now we need to just draw a Iron Crake Feet. Well, now this hand's super slow. We were all in on this Deathblow Warcry plan. Now we're just not doing much anything. Mayhem Devil for our opponent. More wow. Warcries for days. Blood Crypt go. Opponent gets and hits us. Sure, sure, sure. Oh, there it is. All right. Iron Crake Feet. And that is perfect timing. Iron Crake Feet. Deathbellow Warcry. And good game. Sacrifice. Woo! Got him, got him, got him. So we will take Sethrod, of course. Neheb. Neheb. And Fnatic of Mogus. So we get a bunch of triggers. Make a bunch of Minotaurs. Opponent, yeah, takes their beads. And opponent scoops it up. Oh, it's so good. It really works. All right, Anger the Gods in. Abrades in. Cut to Ribbons down. Grim Tutor down. Mindstone down. Blood Rage Brawler down. Do we want anything else? Leyline would be good. Let's run like that. I think that's fine. The Angers are really good against Sacrifice, and then a Braid can get rid of Bolus's Citadel, which is pretty popular. And we can always just do that. Wow, it's really impressive how good that is. This hand's really slow. We're gonna mulligan. Well, okay. Sethron to the bottom. This hand's also pretty slow. And we don't have any removal. Well, there's the Thoughtseize. Takes Rage Blood. Well, tap land, go. Boot it. Forest and Priest of Forgotten Gods. Well, Dragon Skull Summit, go. Well, that's Ironcrag Feat. So we're live to draw. Alright, there's Mayhem Devil. Removal would be great. Anger of the Gods is our best draw. Another Sethron. Castle Logwain, go. We're live to draw into Deathbellow Warcry. Collected Company. Guild of Geese X2. Boy, come on, Anger of the Gods. That's what we want more than anything. Opponent. You know, sack them? Alright, sure. So we get pinged, Opponent draws a card. Another Priest. Hits us. Well, we will cut the Mayhem Devil. Play a land. Pass the turn. Alright, another Thoughtseize. But we do have two Sethrons. Takes one. Paradise Druid. Gilded Goose. Oh, we'd still love an Anger of the Gods. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 12. I'll play the land, Sethron. So our opponent needs to do this with the trigger on the stack if they want to kill Sethron. Alright. Sure. So now we have a token to sacrifice. Put it. Gonna kill our token? Alright. Opponent sacks. Draws a card. We lose the token. Gets some mana. Ooh, finds a Mayhem Devil. Wow, they're just going for it. Alright, sacks. We go to 6. We lose Sethron. Our opponent draws a card. Phyrexia Tower. I'll play the land. Fanatic Amogus. Pass the turn. It's actually really close. So I'm going to gain some life. Untaps. For not having any removal. Ooh, alright. Well. Go to combat, attack. Opponent goes to 8. Fanatic of Mogus. Down to 6 past the turn. Opponent gains some life. And we do have this Ribbons in the graveyard. Untaps. Woe Strider. Yeah. Sacks them both. We go to 4. We lose Fanatic Amogus. Opponent draws a card to make some mana. Gets back Woe Strider. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we need a top deck. We need a top deck. Yeah, Woe Strider was great for our opponent. Nehab. So if we attack, our opponent blocks. Well, go to combat, attack our opponent. How many cards are in there? Oh, they can get it back again? Ugh. Well, we attack. Opponent blocks with the goat. Sacks the goat to scry. Takes 0. Well, Nehab. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Gets it. We have to block. Yeah, that Woe Strider got us. Because our opponent can get it back in sack, so now we're just dead. Alright. Well, we did not draw a single removal spell, which is basically the root of our problems there. Couldn't find an Anger, couldn't find any removal. Let's bring in one more cut, go down one more Blood Rage Brawler. Blood Rage Brawler, the problem is, it does 2 for 1 us sometimes. Thankfully, we're on the play this game. Oh, that was super close. We could, like, 7 our opponent with that cut to Ribbons, but the food was keeping our opponent just high enough to not die to it. And then we just could never kill the Priest, and the Priest just went off. Well, there's our Angers, but we can never cast them. Alright, well, we'll keep. We will put Blood Rage Brawler to the bottom. Canyon Slough, go. Well, definitely hope for no Thoughtseize so this Anger resolves. Land arouse for our opponent. Blood Crypt tapped. Pass the turn. Stomping Grounds, Woe Strider. Well, Mountain, Anger of the Gods. Opponent does get to sack to scry, but they lose a Woe Strider forever, thankfully. And this does slow our opponent down at least. Opponent sacks to the bottom. Sacks to the top. Woe Strider down. This would be a good Castle Aquain hand. Untap land. Woe Strider number 2. Uh-oh. Well, land go. Alright, we got a Fade Thoughtseize for a turn, and we got the Deathbellow Warcry win. Opponent untaps. No Thoughtseize, no Thoughtseize, no Thoughtseize. Mayhem Devil. That's okay. That is perfectly fine. And Llanowar Elves also perfectly fine. We will cycle Canyon Slough, and this should be game. We draw Naban. Opponent going to hit us. They could do a little bit with the Mayhem Devil, but I don't think it's enough. Ironcrag Feet. Deathbellow Warcry. We will take Sethron, Fanatic of Mogus, Naban, wherever it is, and maybe just go Naban. Actually, yeah, Naban. Get a bunch of triggers. Hit our opponent for 7. Get a bunch of Sethron tokens. Get a bunch of Naban mana. Cut. Why? Oh, yeah, this is definitely bugged. Alright, well, so Naban is definitely bugged. Alright, opponent gets to start doing this. Well, if we end up losing, it is because of the bug. Because if we had the mana, we have 7 mana, which means we get to cut the Mayhem Devil, and then we get to Naban to make more tokens. So if our opponent somehow gets back into this, that will be the reason of our demise. Hopefully we're still okay. I mean, opponent's at 7. They probably have to sack a bunch of stuff to kill Sethron, and I don't think that saves them. Because once we activate this, they're just dead. So I think we're still good. Oh, opponent passes. All right, play the land. Sethron. And the GG's. Whoo! Sweet! And this deck is shockingly effective. Mind blow, like, whew, you don't play Minotaurs because you think they're going to work. You play them because they got Sethron, and Sethron's sweet, and they're an interesting tribe. But somehow, they actually are working. Alright. Alright. Against the odds time, we are Nehebbing and Minotauring in Historic. We'll keep this. This hand's alright. I actually like the Mind Stone. We can Mind Stone into Neheb. And if we don't draw any action, we can discard all these not great Ironcrag feats. I'll play the land, Mind Stone. We're also very live to just drawing Deathbellow Warcry and getting a very fast kill. So it looks like our opponent's playing Kethis combo. Chromatic Sphere, opponent passes. I'll play a land, Neheb, which I think I've called Naban for most of this episode. Opponent, untap land. So they have a bunch of redraws with Chromatic Spheres. Tameo. Takes up for Kethis, misses. Well, go to combat. Tag our opponent. We will discard everything except 1 Ironcrag feat in case... Actually, I guess we can just discard literally everything. Yeah, discard everything. Oh, no Deathbellow Warcry. So, sack Mind Stone. That is very awkward. Play a Mind Stone. Play a Neheb. Play a Blood Rage Brawler. Play a land. I'm actually not sure we made our hand better. I was really thinking we were going to hit the Deathbellow Warcry there and just win. Uro for our opponent. And we are on a clock because if our opponent actually... We are on a clock because if our opponent can actually get a Kethis going, things can go really poorly really quickly. So opponent gains some life. Gets back a land. Okay. Land untapped. Mox Amber for another land. So opponent can turn Lazav into Uro? Or just play Oath of Kaya. Oath of Kaya. What are we hitting? Hits Neheb. Okay. Opponent I'm getting frisky? Alright, opponent passes. We draw Fanatic of Mogus. I'll go to combat. Attack our opponent. Attack Tamiyo. Opponent gains a bit of life. Takes it. We will again discard everything. There's Deathbellow Warcry. Alright, Deathbellow Warcry. We will get Fanatic of Mogus, Sethron, Neheb, Rageblood Shaman. Make a huge board! Hit you for 10, down to 4. Play the land. Alright, opponent. Win the game this turn if you can. That's where we're at. Land for our opponent. So if they find Kethis, they might have some shot. They don't have self-mill, though. So I think, hopefully, we're good. Like, I mean, turn into Uro, attack and draw a card, I guess. But then you're still just like, ultra, yeah, alright, opponent's gonna go with the Uro plan. Turns into Uro. I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can do it even if they hit Kethis. Attacks, draws a card, puts a land into play. We will block and block. And block. And block. Alright. Laws of Down. Minotaurs are here. About it. I mean, getting back Uro doesn't do anything. Flibblethip to draw a card. Game? Minotaur game? Sags to draw a card. They don't have enough mana. I think that just does it. Like, Mox Amber. Okay, that's +1 mana. Emery. And scoops it up, and that went very well. That is what the Minotaurs can do. So against our opponent's deck, if there was ever a matchup for Leyline of the Void, it's probably this one. Leyline of the Void's in. What are we going down is the big question. What can we cut? So Leyline's in. Thoughtseize would also be decent at least. Maybe we go down 2 cut to ribbons. Blood Rage Brawler, Blood Rage Brawler. What else can we go down? Maybe 1 Neheb for a Bedevil? Do we want to cut the combo? We can go down Grim Tutor. We can go down 1 Neheb the Worthy. 2 Thoughtseizes? Alright, try it like that. We want to keep the combo because the combo is so insane. Come on, Leyline in the opening hand. Starting off with a Leyline would be pretty good in this matchup. Especially now that Teferi's not around to just bounce it. I don't actually think we keep this. This hand doesn't do anything. Oh, jeez. I think we made it worse. Alright, well this will keep. Okay. We will put Rageblood and Mountain to the bottom. Start with Leyline in play. Oh, the whole first turn Leyline. Classic Leyline drawing. And Mindstone's actually pretty sweet. If we can get to 5 mana, we have the win. Ashiok. Sure. Oh, that actually shuts down Deathbellow Warcry, doesn't it? Alright. Yeah, that's not ideal. Play Castle Lockwade. Leyline number 2. So opponent's graveyard's pre-shut down. Untap land. Ashiok mills us. We need a threat to kill Ashiok. Opponent, pass it. Dragon Skull Summit. Go. What have we lost so far? A lot of action. Yes, Ashiok's definitely an issue. Thankfully, our opponent's graveyard being shut down is good. Opponent mills us. Watch us just get straight up milled out by Ashiok. Like our opponent has another one. That could actually happen if we don't draw threats. Kravik. That doesn't do much of anything. But okay, it is a creature. Well, we will draw a card. Untap. Alright, Bedevil. Kill this Ashiok before it mills us out. Mindstone. We do need a red source. We do need a red source, and then we can just go for the combo. Uro. Yeah. Not the best of Uro sets. It goes away forever thanks to our ley lines. Opponent puts a land into play. Hits us. Red source? Diligent Excavator. Alright, there it is. Blood Crypt. Untapped. Iron Crag Feet. Deathbellow Warcry. We will take Sethron. Rageblood. And this should do it. Fanatic of Mogus. And, actually, maybe we don't take Rageblood. Yeah, I guess we do. We'll take, Naban. Neheb, I mean. Hit you for 7. Make a bunch of dorks. Alright, your go, opponent. The Minotaurs are here. It's an Uro. Sure. Targets themselves? Out of habit? And then shame scoops? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Our opponent's just super dead. Yeah, mills themselves. Gains some life. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference here. Like, the Minotaurs are just very, very lethal. Puts a land into play. Uro goes away. Lazov. Mills us. Sure. Surveils. And I'm pretty sure this means we won 5 games in a row with Minotaurs. Whoa! What are the chances? Maybe this isn't against the odds. Maybe Sethron is not against the odds. We just straight up 5-0'd. Just right up the win column, one after another, 5 in a row. Wow. All right. Well, Minotaurs have certainly gotten better since we first saw them years ago, getting crushed by them and then losing horribly with them in like Budget Magic. Wow, Sethron is the real deal. And of course, I mean, also Deathbell Warcry is the true power. But the combo of those two is, yes, we don't always win the game immediately. It takes a lot of mana. We need 11 mana to do it immediately. But being able to just get a Sethron and 3 other Minotaurs and make 4 tokens and hit you with Fnatic Amogus, like, it's insane. It's really insane. And the deck really works. And, yeah. Maybe it's not against odds. Maybe we broke it. Sweet. So what do we learn this week about Sethron and the rest of the Minotaurs in Historic? And I think the big takeaway is maybe this deck isn't actually against the odds. We went 5-0, ranking up through Platinum on Arena, and we just kind of crushed people with this deck. So why was Minotaurs so much better than I actually expected them to be? And answer 1 is Deathbell Warcry is insane. It really is very, very close to 8 mana win the game. Yes, we usually have to wait one more turn to actually attack with our stuff. It's rare we have enough mana to cast it and activate Sethron to give everything haste, but still, I think there was one single time when we resolved Deathbell Warcry and lost, and that was because our opponent untapped and had that crazy Bolus's Citadel into Mayhem Devil off the top combo turn to like drain us out of the game from 16, but it's very close to just win the game. And thanks to Mindstone and Iron Crag feat, we can do this like turn 4, turn 5, which is really fast for Historic. So Deathbell Warcry, reason number 1. Reason number 2 is Sethron is actually like a legitimate mana card. A 4/4 with upside that comes along with a 2/3 for 5 mana. It's already not bad. The ability to just go absolutely nuts when we get it, and 3 other Minotaurs with Deathbell Warcry is also insane. So Sethron is really the power of the deck, and then the Nehebs are all good. They're way better than I give them credit for, like looting through our deck, making extra mana, even though I still think Neheb the Eternal might be bugged, but even with that in mind, they're still very powerful. And then we have the good lords like Rageblood Summon, really solid options. So Minotaurs definitely surpassed my expectations by far. Like, I was thinking it's going to be kind of janky, maybe do some cool things, and then we just kept crushing people for some reason. The one thing I will say that Minotaurs are really missing is better early game plays. Like, Blood Rage Brawler, we need it because we can't do nothing until like turn 3 or turn 4. That's just way too slow. But it's not actually a very good Magic card. Like, we got 2 for 1 quite a few times, even with our build around attempts of like cut to ribbons to discard, Castle Lockwane. It's still pretty painful. So if there's one thing that can make Minotaurs even better in Historic and just in general, it would be better early game plays, better 2-drops, maybe a good 1-drop, because our like natural plan is a little bit clunky. Like, being able to curve out Blood Rage Brawler, Rageblood Shaman, Neheb, like, that is pretty powerful, but it's just a little bit slower than most tribal decks. However, the power of Deathbell Warcry just absolutely makes up for it and allowed us to win a ridiculous amount of games. So that went incredibly better than I thought, and I actually think that you could win games in Historic at fairly high levels on Arena with the Minotaur tribe. Like, it actually felt like a fairly legitimate deck. So if you want some spice and actually to win some games, hopefully, give us Sethron and the Minotaur tribe a try, because it actually felt pretty legit. So anyway, that's better against odds for this week. Sethron and the Minotaurs for Historic. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to vote for next week's deck, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.